I trust the process because I am the process. We're always told to trust the process. You've heard that before, trust the process. Hey, just trust the process, man. Okay, I like trusting the process too. Great, I get it. But there's something missing because trusting the process feels like giving away your power. And we don't need any more help giving away our power. Hi, I'm Daniel Estevez. Today, we're walking the path. And this is what we do. We take ourselves, we find ourselves, we walk through the darkness, and we find the light. We learn how to bring it all together. Our own internal big happy family. If you like it, this video, like it. If you want to comment, comment. If you want to subscribe, do it. In the link below, in the description below, there's a link you can click on if you would love to chat with me. Trusting the process is all well and good. I love it. I do it. It's great. But the problem is, if we just stay right there and just leave ourselves out of the equation, what happens is we're not fully integrating ourselves with what we need to be integrating ourselves with. So trusting the process is good, but the thing that's missing, and whatever that process looks for you, life sucks, trust the process, life's good, trust the process, I'm in a new relationship, I don't know what to do, trust the process. Yeah, trusting the process is good, but it's almost kind of an after the fact thought. We trust the process after shit hit the fan, and then we're going through it, and then we're like, okay, just trust the process. But what do you do right now? Maybe shit hasn't hit the fan, and when someone tells you to trust the process, what does that mean? Like something's bad's about to happen, or something good's about to happen? So the thing that we can use just to help settle the difference when we're trying to learn how to integrate ourselves into trusting the process is just a super simple concept, okay? And the only thing that you have to do is be aware of yourself. Just show up. Yes, we have to trust the process, okay? And what the fuck does that mean? Trusting the process. All right, trusting the process means this. You look at your past, you look at where you've been, and there has been the through line that has been throughout your entire life of how you've ended up to where you are now, okay? And we can call that the process. And you can look back and be like, okay, I've been through some shitty shit. I've been through some tough stuff. I've been through some good stuff, heartbreaks, loves, all the things. And the through line that we can look back is just say, hey, the process was just the journey. The process was whatever those internalized things that happened inside of us as we were going through them that kind of led us to where we are now. Okay, now I know not to be so stupid in a relationship. Now I know how to protect my heart a little bit better when I'm trying to go out and put myself out there. The process is a thing that teaches us. Okay? And one more thing to remember. Sometimes we're like, I don't want to deal with pain. I don't want to go back to pain. I don't want to feel pain. I love you so much. I want to protect you from pain. Let's remember one thing. The most interesting people you know came from fucked up backgrounds. You hear that? The most interesting people you know? And for me, that's me. I'm interesting as fuck. And my background is full of ups and downs and too much rain and not enough rain and good times and really rough times. But I get to be who I am because of where I've been. And maybe if I was sitting outside of myself, that ego part of me that's like, no, we gotta avoid pain at all costs. I don't want to put my heart out there. I don't want to get hurt. And if that part of me got to be the shepherd that was guarding me during all that time, I'd be some probably vanilla dude without a soul. We have to go through the pain, and the process is always going to be there. So when we say trust the process, it just means, hey, trust that no matter what happens, no matter what has happened, it's all important and it all matters, okay? But there's a little bit of a comme ci, comme ça, kind of like a it is what it is kind of energy within that. And I think at times that will help settle our anxiety, settle our energy when we're like, the fuck's happening? I don't know what to do. And we can kind of rest in that kind of calm, relaxing, like, hey, it is what it is. What happens, happens. And we always find a way through. I think there is some energy that's very respectful there. But what do you do about right now? What do you do about who you are? And so that's why we want to bring our awareness to just who we are and our encouragement to show up, okay? Because too much medicine is always too much medicine, okay? And if for you, the too much medicine part is for you is the detachment of like, it is what it is, things are gonna be the way they are. If that's too much medicine, and what I mean by too much medicine is if that truth is too good that it starts to make you lazy, that it gives you permission to not show up, to be like, you know what, fuck it. It's gonna happen, I don't care. I'm not gonna get my heart involved. I'm gonna detach. There's a balance to everything. There's a way to be unattached from a situation, trusting the process, knowing that's gonna happen, without being detached. Because to be unattached is to recognize yourself, your feelings, what you're experiencing in the moment, and just giving yourself a pause to take a step back and be like, I'm not my emotions. I'm not being overcome by the moment. The moment's just happening and I'm just feeling. But the detachment, the too much medicine, we're like, oh, I'm so unattached from this thing, and we can rest in our mind and think, well, I'm doing the right thing. I'm just letting the process happen. But in reality, we're detaching. We're instead of lifting our hands away from the thing and not letting it overcome us, the energy, that too much, I'm too angry, too sad, too upset, too happy, whatever it is. Detaching in a way is severing and being like, I'm not mad, I'm not sad, I'm fine. And so the idea is we need to find the appropriate amount of showing up as we're dealing with things, as we're moving through the hard things, as we're learning how to build relationships with people, build relationships with ourselves. It's important to be present. It's important to be aware of who you are. Does that make sense? Because it's easy to take some high level spiritual, high vibrational truth and integrate it in a lower part of our being. You hear that? It's easy to take a high vibrational truth and integrate it at a lower vibrational part of our being. And what happens then is it becomes a tool and not something that heals us. It becomes a useful option for us in our lower self, our more ego-driven nature, to use our highest version of ourself as a tool for our lower version of ourself to actually be the thing that's taking over. So when we trust the process, we bring awareness into it. When we trust the process, we show up. And we learn to have a relationship with what's going on inside of us. And the appropriate way when you're going through something is to give yourself space to feel, and you have to experience it. And maybe there'll be a time when you can learn how to have a better and better relationship with what's going on around you. Even if things are falling apart around you, you can learn how to be present, experience what's going on around you, and also be able to take a step back and recognize that this is all part of the process. Things are great sometimes, things fall apart sometimes, and it's all meant to help teach and heal and lead us and guide us. And that's our encouragement today is, hey, yeah, I know, sometimes shit hits the fan. And sometimes when you hear you just gotta trust the process, I encourage you this. Trust yourself. Show up. The process is always gonna be the process. That's the thing that's always been, no matter what. When you were a kid, when you were an idiot, when I was a kid and I was an idiot, not paying attention to anything, I was still being tended to by the universe. I was still being led and I was still being guided, ups and downs when I was an idiot. Idiot. But in the process always was, it always is, always will be. But the only thing that I have a relationship with that I can actually change on a day-to-day basis is me. So encouragement to show up for ourselves is an encouragement to step into new pathways of healing. Because we can change, we can heal, we can grow. And when we are intentional and we bring awareness to that part of us, we can see the difference. But it takes effort and it takes showing up. And that's my encouragement to you. Show up for you. Don't do it for anyone else. The process, the whole thing is always, the world around you is always going to be. You're the only thing that you have connection, relationship to, and an ability to work with and change. Show up. All right. Love you guys.